Good evening. Before we end up kicking off this week's channel trailer advert, we're actually going to end up having a quick discussion about something that might even help you. This is the secret to how to get a parasocial relationship with any Twitch streamer, YouTubers, or whatever they are, or anything else. The secret to all of this is actually very...
It looks like a terrible crime has been committed. The victims ended up having all the chicken removed from their body. What a terrible crime.
We don't have many clues on this one, but we do have one lead. This AA battery. It's time to call the battery meeting.
No, don't bring
the
that
battery
guy in.
meeting.
Bloody hell,
The
no,
battery
not him.
meeting.
One day, whilst foraging for batteries in Neo Kosham, young Arthur Amps ended up getting shocked by lightning. Thanks to this freak accident, Arthur can now speak to batteries, making him the first battery medium.
Speaking to the battery, it doesn't know anything about the crimes, but it is at 23%.
It's no longer just a case of your battery being medium.
Basically it, that's all you have to really do, and, you know, obviously try and keep it on the down low, because, you know, it's pretty explosive stuff. Anyways, let's have a quick look at some highlights before we end up getting into the end of this advert.
I hit B too many times there. Right, we'll see if Nintendo allows this. It allowed it! Fantastic. More Santa Waz.
Well, those were certainly some form of highlights, weren't they? Well, why don't we create some new ones together over on www.twitch.tv/MrMattInternet tonight at around 8:30. Gumt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again at some point, hopefully this evening. Bye!
Along with you on the team is someone who's
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome on in. It is yet another Wednesday, and I have yet again rearranged my entire desk. That's why I'm late tonight. So let's do the housekeeping. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in the right order. I'm going to say, welcome to you all. My name is Mr. Matt Internet, and you're watching the Mr. Matt Internet Sofa stream on a Wednesday night. So the housekeeping that I was about to get into before I remembered how my own stream goes. Basically, I was getting everything ready for the stream, and then I realised that the power cable wasn't long enough, so I had to run up the road and go get a power cable that was a little bit longer. So that's what I did, and that's why I'm a little bit late. I also waited as well until it got to about 9 o'clock, and I was like, that's perfect. That's the time we should begin. That'll be fine. So sorry we're a little bit late, but it's okay. We're here together. We're here now, aren't we? Me and you together, okay? It's me and you. Me and you, okay? We're in this together now. So, other things that have been going on. I've gotten a new shield thing. I'll try and show it. There we go. Look, see, I've got a new shield thing. And also the usual mount that I have for the camera. I've taken that off for the minute because I couldn't be bothered to set that up in the limited time I had. So, yeah, we've got bits and pieces configured, set up, power cables, and there's more to do. There's always more to do. But eventually we'll be in a position where we're happy. Now, what are we doing tonight? Now, the little box is empty, which I think means that it stopped capturing it. But if I click this, it should make a sound. It didn't. It should have made a sound. You probably heard the sound, but I don't know if you saw the game. Let me see if I can Yes. High scores on the rise. High scores on the rise. This is Side Shots, which has been created by the marvelous friend of the channel, 16-bit Hyper Turbo. He's building this in one of the shmup makers that you can end up getting, and he's really excited to end up seeing people play it. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to play some Side Shots. We're going to end up seeing if we can get some good back shots, some good front shots, but mostly good side shots. So I'm hoping the mechanic of this is going to end up being that you have to shoot from the sides, like you have to get, like their weak points are on the side and your bullets do a nice little arcing thing. I'm hoping that's what the whole thing is. But we shall see. We shall see. So let me flip over to the live game. There we go. Let me move my camera a little bit because I adjusted some things to try and get it into a nice way. Into a nice way. Trying to improve, okay? So, let's crack into it and find out what the side shots are.
Power up.
I think my controller's gone a bit funny. I see, we can do side shots like that.
Power up.
It's a harmless to build up your multiplier. Oh, okay, that was button 5. Or button 4. Hopefully he will get some inputs displayed.
Wow.
There we go, the tutorial has been complete. It's good that he's put tutorial in. Oh, I'm not a fan of the filter. Oh, just stood there and took that one, didn't I?
Power up.
I do love the style of this. So far it's been really good, but that filter I wish I could turn off. CRT style filter. There we go, game over.
Wow. Power up.
That's interesting. I wonder why multiply didn't drop earlier. Oh, that green bullet came in a bit fast, didn't it? The thing about shmups is your actual hitbox is the little thing that's in the middle of your ship. And that's clearly on display on this one, which is good. I like that. Music's run out. Weren't supposed to take this long. Oh, there we go. Music's back on now.
Taking over everything. It must be some sort of mind control.
So there's some form of mind control going on. Straight into this one. No idea if we're going to solve the mind control. That feels satisfying. That was a nice little sequence. I like that. Once I got it, I was okay with it. Well, hopefully he's able to put in a power meter or something like that so you can see how at what level your bullets are at. Although I know that that's not a standard feature in a lot of shmups.
Power up.
You just can't re-pick up your power-ups after they've gone. Bombs don't contribute to your multiplier, gotcha.
Power up. Power up.
Alright, we're almost out of our continues. 16-bit's probably going, oh, why is he dying here? Fucking hell, I wouldn't have lost a continue yet.
Wow.
I would have been like, yeah, that's fair. I'm not as beast as 16-bit at these sorts of things. Alright, here we go, a UFO. Alright, it's just spawned me inside of the ship there. That was good. Game over. Tremendous. So yeah, that was a bit of a problem. It just spawns you inside of the boss, which feels a bit cheap there. That filter is really messing with my eyes. Oh. Yeah, the CRT style filter is not very kind to the eye, shall we say. But overall, it's nice to see that he's ended up putting in so much effort into this. I'm not quite sure like where the story went on level 2. We had glimpses of a story, and then it vanished after that. But hopefully we will see a story, a reason why we are shooting from the sides. Is it Two daredevil pilots who just don't take no shit and they've just got to end up shooting from the side. There's just firing from the hip, just constantly like, pow, firing from the hip. Side shots. And that's what they're doing. They're delivering side shots. Oh. Are the side shots the bad guys? Or are they the good guys? I don't get. Side shots, they're all come. Are we the side shots? Are we not the side shots? Are the enemies the side shots? I'm confused now. Who are the side shots? I wonder what the boundaries are for a life up.
Power up. Wow. Power up.
Tremendous. We've built up all of that multiplier just to destroy it. Oh yeah, we got a laser, haven't we? Which does fuck all. Jesus, those green bullets seem a bit unfair for level 1. Like, I would expect this boss to come back and then have those green bullets. Like, okay, this is level 1. We're not mucking around. Right, there we go. Level 1 done.
Everything. It must be some sort of mind control.
My goodness. Just give me 2 seconds. My goodness.
Hello, everybody. Oh, welcome on in, everyone. Welcome on in. Hopefully, you're all doing most excellently. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you're all well this evening. It's me, Mr. Mass Internet. 2 and a bit Twitch babies. That is a bang. That is a banger. That is a wonderful banger. Thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. Oh, you're very lovely, you are. Very lovely indeed. How was the stream? How was it, eh? Was it a good stream? What were you streaming? Oh, Silent Hill 2, according to Sausage Tron. Oh, that's good.
Did you know Silent Hill 2 was originally meant to be to feature a character named Baked Bean Man, but the idea was scrapped for being too questionable. Thanks for the raid. Lovely cheeky sausage. We beat sexy nurses with our big poles. It was good fun. Good, clean fun. Stop lying. Sausage-tron never lies. Lying, me, never. Just a humble sausage sharing the truth. Or my version of it. Did you know sausages invented the internet? I did know that, Sausage John. I did know. I did know.
Did you know that at home, did you? Did you? Did you know that at home? Honestly? Did you know? Did you know?
So yeah, we're playing 16 bits, fine, wonderful game. Side shots, which I'm confused whether the enemies are the side shots, or we're the side shots, or we're giving side shots, or we're giving back shots. At the moment, we've been shooting a lot from the front, and we've been shooting a little bit from the sides, and we've been shooting some eggs. So this is what 16 bits been putting together. It's wonderful to end up playing it at long last. I'll be interested to see what like comments or messages I get from 16-bit tomorrow. Things such as, "Well, bloody hell, you're fucking shit at this, aren't you?" That was a terrible 16-bit impression, wasn't it? And I deeply apologise to you, to everyone, to 16-bit mostly. I should probably have apologised to 16-bit first, if anything. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Kim Kardashian sex tape at first. No, not that one, unfortunately. Although, if we do talk about her technique, her game on that, she just doesn't seem very enthused by the whole situation. She doesn't seem like she's there. She's taking it, but she's also really like. You can tell that by the end of it, she was like, "Ah, that could have been a lot better. We could have made a much better tape. Like." A much better tape. It's all good. I'm Dal. Welcome on in. Hopefully you're doing most excellently this evening. We are doing stuff. Who knows what stuff? I don't bloody know. Do you know? Does anyone know?
No one bloody knows, do they? We're all just trying to get along here, okay? We're all just trying to get along. We're trying to get through this together, okay? Me and you, chat. We're getting through this, okay? Like the late great Daniel Bedingfield once said.
Gotta get through this. Gotta make it through. Clussy bouncing around everywhere, so it's all good. Wonderful. That's the way it should be. If we haven't got Clussy jumping around, bouncing around in our faces, then what is the point of all of this? Why? Why would anyone do this? Why would anyone do anything if there wasn't the promise of sweet, sweet clown pussy? But anyways, we should probably get back to doing some side shots. So if I switch back over to the game like that, and I go up to here. So for those of you who are regular viewers of Low Res, you might know of 16-bit Hyper Turbo and his incredible energy. My goodness. Adrian, you did not need to do that. But it's wonderful that you have. So thank you so much. Heimdall now has access to the sausages. Enjoy the sausages. Enjoy being able to form your own large sausage. Enjoy that. Enjoy being able to splash a sausage. You've got access to a spinning sausage. Looks like a secret code. I think we've got him. We've got Sausagetron. We've got him. Mix sausages with your Clussy. You don't be constrained by the decencies of human society, okay? You do you.
You do you.
And you just enjoy however much sausage you want to put. Look at that. Look, see. There's so much sausage. And what a way to top it off. With a dead gale. There we go. What a way to top it all off. Thank you, Chaos. Sometimes Chaos can work out. Sometimes Chaos can. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes Chaos can win out. Isn't that delightful? What is I doing? Looks like she'll need to call 0118 999 911 99119.
Hey, let me get one too. Hey, let me hold one.
Yeah, man, right there. What the dog doing?
Well, the dog was reading out a number. Doodles! Delayed Adrian's Revenge via Garlip's Raid. Just out the shower, so not in audio at the moment, but here in the book. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that I will give you a thumbs up because you couldn't hear me there. I'm going to dismiss that ad break because it wants to give me an ad break and I don't want it to do that to you, okay? Thank you so much for What the Dog Doing, Decky. Thank you so much. Like that. Is that the face? Like that, yeah? For interrupting your IT crowd. Well, they were very much the IT crowd, weren't they? You had Moss, and he was very much wearing his own style. You had Terry. Terry was the one who had a little face. You had, was it that you had the lady? Gem, I think it is. It's just been so long since I've watched the IT crowd. I mean, it's been at least 20, 30 years now. But yeah, that's just how it goes. Did you know sea parks are actually powered by the tears of sad fish? But seriously, fires at the sea parks? That's just fishy business. It's a great show. I'll take your word for it, mate. If I was going to watch it, I've got an accompaniment of this 14 clear absinthe. This is only I can't remember how much percentage it was. 58%. So this is fine for the IT crowd. I mean, we can up the stakes if you want to, and we can go to this one. This is only 53 as well. This is another absinthe. Like this, I mean, we've got another absinthe here, but this is the stuff that I keep for a very special reserve, and it's almost gone. But this is a black absinthe. I do like absinthe, as you can probably tell. I've got a few absinthes from over the years. Just a few, one or two. Just one or two absinthes. Shamu's tears, more like a pool of salty sadness. But hey, at least he could drown a few bean tins. What the fuck does that even mean? You do absinthe right, it is nice, it is. It's almost as if I've got the spoons and everything for it. I don't get why. I don't get why Sausage has become obsessed with beans. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Killer Queen, make this guy's balls explode. So, this is Side Shots. This is the game developed by 16-bit Hyper Turbo. And as you can see, we can do some side shots like this. And we can also destroy some delicious eggs. Take out Battleship Yamato. Oh, you just beam everything. Fair. I mean, I can beam like that, but it's like, oh, just keep shooting.
Power up.
Well, he beamed me there, didn't he? Beam me up, fuckers. Yes, 16-bit Hyper Turbo built this. Friend, pal, wonderful chap of the channel. There is one slight issue with this level though, and that is in the form of its boss. Where you can actually just spawn inside of the boss. It's great when that happens.
Power up.
Level 2 indeed. Yes, you can now end up shooting eggs, which don't do you any damage, but they just increase your multiplier. So 16's put a load of them in random places before like boss fights and stuff like that, and high scoring areas. Nope, not beating it yet. I got up to the level 2 boss and that was it. This fella here. And there'll be some eggs, delicious eggs coming up in a little bit. There they are. Right, we got out of it there. Because last time I spawned directly inside of it, and that wasn't great. Well, I just stood there, didn't I, and just took that. Right, we beat it. Took it like a champ, absolutely. We took that little bastard down and we smashed him. We smashed him. We did it. Me and you together, chat. We did it. We're now on to level 3.
Good. You've reached the ridge. That planet must be on the other side.
Oh, we're going in the hole. Let's go in the hole. Let's shoot some nuggets.
Power up.
Game over. Give him some of your sausage. I will, Heimdall. I will. There we go. Total scores 2.5 million. What do you think? I think that's the best one we're going to get. Brilliant. Perfect. Thank you. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just want a little bit of acceptance.
Just a little bit of acceptance, okay? Just a tiny, modicum amount of success and a little bit of acceptance of putting in Sossig into a high school table. That's all I want, okay?
That's all any of us can really end up asking for, isn't it? At the end of the day, whilst the rest of chat is on chat at the moment, or on ad break, just a little bit of acceptance amongst us all, okay? Of Sossig. Delicious Sossig. How is everyone doing tonight? Is everyone enjoying their Wednesday? Is the week going well? I mean, we're halfway through it already. But how is your week? You enjoying it? Not enjoying it? Things going well? I've in my news, I've picked up some more picture rail hooks so I can hang more things off of the picture rail. I've got picture rail around the top of the room and I can hang things from it. So I've been putting lights up and these things. So now I've got, hopefully the sound's a little bit better. Hopefully. I've still got to sort out the cameras and everything to end up making it a little bit better. I mean, you can actually see a little bit of the padding here. which is hopefully going to make it a little bit better in terms of microphone quality. I hope. God. Right, welcome back as well, those who are on an ad break. Hopefully you enjoyed those advertisement messages that Twitch decided that you must see. You must see. Because they couldn't think of any other revenue streams. They couldn't think of sponsorships or anything like that. Like, no. We need as many advertisers across the world as possible. I mean, I get it. Like, I get why Twitch is trying to push more adverts, because obviously adverts means that they get money. They get money. It's good. Been going okay. Like the hangings I've put up. I'm very happy with them. I've got a mushroom that's a skull, and also an image of Yoshikage Kira with Killer Queen. Because you know, at the end of the day, if there's going to be a character that I'm going to gravitate towards, it's going to be the serial killer hand fetishist in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. And I actually showed... My mate was having a rough time. Oh, thank you muchly. I like having them up on the wall. It adds a little bit to the wall. A little bit of terrifying stuff on the wall, but it's nice. My mate was having a bit of a rough time on Monday. So he popped over on Monday night. And I was like, oh, I'm watching the end of Part 4 of JoJo's. We'll keep watching it, you know? And it was the first time he'd actually watched JoJo's, properly watched a bit of JoJo's. And I don't think he quite understood the fact that they end up explaining everything. Like, everything gets fucking explained constantly. Like, he's 3 meters away. He's 2 meters away. He's 1 meter away. And it's like, well, they're explaining everything. Like, everything in minute details. And I don't think he quite understood that was going to happen. And then the credits came along and he was like, wait a minute, is that? And it's like, yeah, that is. That is I Want You by Savage Garden. That's the closing theme. And then, of course, we got to the final episode and saw how Yoshikage Kira was killed. And, yeah. Yeah, he burst out laughing. I mean, he did the whole, oh, but also the burst out laughing because it's just so out of the fucking blue. So, yeah, this is my recommendation. If you haven't watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, just go and watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. It's like a DLC quest for the rest of JoJo's. Like, you can watch it and they'll go, oh, yeah, that's Jotaro. And that's Joseph Joestar. But you don't need to know that. You don't need to know extra information. They'll just go, that's Jotaro. And you'll go, okay, that's cool. That's Jotaro. He must have been cool back in the day. But yeah, anyways, I'm rambling on about JoJo's. But the main point is, hopefully, he came away from Monday evening feeling a little bit better because he'd been going through a bit of a shit bit. So, if I can alleviate that just a little bit, then I'm fucking delighted. That's my intention. That's what I want to do. I just want to alleviate a little annoyances from people or provide additional annoyances. Yes, sir. Beautiful. You can watch it. It's on Crunchyroll and Netflix, I think, and stuff like that, or you can just download it. It is a good aim. If you can end up trying to cheer people up, if you can end up making their days a little bit better than it was, then you've done something good. Like, so I went on a date last Tuesday. I actually went out on a date, and I was like, okay, you know, I wasn't that keen on her, and I was just like, okay, well, we'll see how it goes. She might surprise me on the date and end up being like really cool. But no, she got very weirded out when I was trying to compliment like people. Like, I don't. If someone ends up like going, oh, how long does it take for you to grow this? You know, I know it's a bit of a mess today, but you know, if I can compliment people, that's good. She saw that as flirting with everyone. And I was like, oh, so that's why she was asking if I was straight. And it's like, yes, I am, but I can compliment men as well as women. Like, I can compliment everyone. Like, if someone's got a cool tattoo, I'm going to say that's a cool tattoo. If someone's got a cool beard, I'm going to say that's a cool beard. Like, I'm going to... You don't... People are weird. Anyways, I should probably play some more of this fucking game. I say fucking game, it's a great game. I'm just being weird. I've only just noticed that that's a little bit off center. But yes, I should play some more of this excellent game. Thank you, Heimdall. That's all I want in this world. Just acceptance. Just acceptance of my opinions. Ah! Dodging for the start button. So I pressed select there and it paused it and then it went, oh yeah, I should probably skip. Go with the back shots, go with the side shots. Don't worry, we'll be getting to the rift soon. Take on the gumballs. I flew into that like an idiot. Because I know I'm going to get taken out at some point.
Power up.
Ah, damn it. There we go, that's one of them. I knew I was going to pick up another bomb there.
Power up.
Tremendous. At least that's only our first continue gone. Aha, I do enjoy being in bed. I was in bed once, and let me tell you, it was great. Oh my god. Just blow up everything. As soon as a bullet comes near us, that's it. It's getting blown up. There we go. All of it's getting blown up. There we go. And we got coins. We got some coins for something.
Mind control.
Right, so stage 1 has story. Stage 2 does not have story. Stage 3 does.
Power up.
There we go. Oh, I hit bomb. I must have not had any. Sussy Clapper Supremo. A new title has been bestowed. Oh my goodness. Thank you for awarding me with this title. I'm delighted to have it. It's good that the Academy have finally recognised my achievements. Quite frankly, I'm sick of the fact that they didn't, you know, recognise my achievements and my job, what I've been doing all of this time.
Power up.
My last life. Gotta make it through all this nonsense. Here we go.
Power up.
Why do you want to know, Sausage John? Why do you want to know? What are you planning, Sausage John? What is your scheme?
Does anybody know the schemes of Sausage John? What is it planning today?
What? Stop eating clowns! Don't do it, Sausage John! Stop eating clowns! You're not supposed to eat them, you're supposed to love them! For fuck's sake! Oh, love it, love it. Mixing my newly acquired sausage with Clussy. Beautiful. As they wanted you to do back in the old days. Do you remember that back in the old days when they would give you a Clussy, Clussy and chips, and you'd be like, oh, this is fantastic, this is exactly what I wanted.
Power up.
You know, it would be nicer, a life up there. Game over. So we got up to level 3 again. That's good. We got up to level 3. We can be happy about getting up to level 3, can't we? We can be. Ish. That's the second sausage. The second sausage has entered the leaderboards.
It has. I picked the wrong camera there. I was supposed to move to the main one, but I picked the creep cam rather than the main one. And now because of that mistake, I have to just roll with it and make it seem like I intended to do this bit when it wasn't my intention to do this bit. This bit wasn't intended. Everything else up until now, that was intended. This bit now, not intended.
But you would have thought it was intended by the way that that was delivered. And it's up to you to figure out whether or not that was a genuine mistake, which I've had to roll with, or if that was planned. If you were thinking that it was planned, I'm afraid that you're going to end up being a little bit disappointed. Possibly. I don't know. You might be. Who knows? Right, let's have a quick look in the Steam library and see what we got here. We're going to play a little bit of this, I think. I think this has been something that I've been looking at for a little bit. But in terms of of what I've seen from that so far, jolly good. I'm looking forward to seeing what 16-bit has planned for that. What extra bits and pieces he's planning, like where he hopes for it to go. Like I'm hoping that he ends up introducing like, this is how much score you need for a 1-up. This is how much score you need for a continue up, or whatever he wants to end up with, an extra continue. I don't know why I said continue up. Like we do lives up, but not continues up. Like technically you're increasing your continue counter by 1, but they aren't. It doesn't sound right, does it? It doesn't sound right saying continue up, even though that you are putting the amount of continues up by 1. It's just called an extra continue. So I'm going to load this up and let's see how this goes. This will be a very quick, like this is, we're not going to be on for much longer, but I'm looking forward to playing some of this to see what it's like. But I will have to configure some bits and pieces in a moment once it's finished booting up. And it will take a minute or two to boot up. Let's see what we got here. Well, not a lot is happening at the moment because it's saying stop, but it must be doing some stuff in the background. It must be. There we go. I'm just going to have to move to studio mode just for a second. Right. I think I do need to end up changing the category on this because there will be content warnings. There we go. Because it's a mature rated game, it might not be alright for some people, so I have to change it. There we go. So this is Slay the Princess. Oh. Back to studio mode, just to quickly adjust this again. No, is it not going to be? Well, there we go. That should be fine. It'll say SIDE SHOTZ, but I'm not going to change it just yet. Content warning. This is a horror game and is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, www.blacktabbygames.com, if you need a list of specific content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effects that can, on rare occasions, has caused motion sickness in players. That seems a little bit... Did I read that wrong, or did it just seem clumsy? If either of these effects cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. Move that. There. Move that there. No, yeah, no, I don't move the whole thing over. There we go. We can have it half. There we go. Right. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Keep that as it is. This should be fine with the controller. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave. I think I'm going to go with... I'll go with logic at the moment.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Murder them all. Fantastic. Well, let's do it. Always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution.
Spirit.
Adrian wants us to go that route. We're going that route.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay, don't believe anything that she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Into the cabin we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Now the blade isn't wobbly, which means we can pick that up.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
It would be, wouldn't it? Right, let's enter the basement. And let's meet our princess. I'm sure she's going to be great.
Creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen
Wibbly wobbly
light
playby wadey stuff.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Let's get down the stairs.
You walk
There
down
she
the
is.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh, she's got one arm free.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Stop thinking with your dick. Think with your knifing hand. Stop with the dick. Get with the blading hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Oh, I didn't realize this would be an American princess. Right, let's fucking offer.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Yeah, we're not falling for your tricks.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Here we go. Are you sure she's not unharmed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Shall we do it? Let's go for it. Slay the princess.
Charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
Well, I was hoping it was, to be honest.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
There we go. GG's, everybody. GG's. We won. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Excellent. Was that it? No, sadly, it's not it. There is more to this. I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Well, we got a new voice now. The voice of the cheated.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
No, she's...
That's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare. In which case, I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened.
This narrator's a bit of a cheeky shit. Welcome on in, Jace. Oh hey, this game. It is this game.
But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right.
So far, so good. We've slain the princess once.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
I did not. That oddly enough, hearing the American accent actually made me want to stab her more. Because I was like, an American princess? Nah. We got her off. Right. But it's really cool that they're in Clock Tower. That's awesome. But yes, their performance so far has been good. Nicole is good, people. Well, shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Nicole. I'll do some air horns. Meh, 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 meh. What is my life?
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
It was Bites the Dust, wasn't it? It was Killer Queen's third ability. We've been transported back 1 hour.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here. At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else.
Not fat and bottom gods, that is true. They do make the rocking world go round.
She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this.
Sadly, Yoshikage Kira, although he was modelled on David Bowie, all of his abilities are based on Queen songs. Sheer Heart Attack, another one Bites the Dust, Killer Queen. But yeah, they didn't end up having one called Fat Bottom Girls. Welcome in, Dr. Socks. Afternoon to you two. Hopefully doing most excellently this day. You can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this.
That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
We'll be fine. Oh, you have a bit of a headache, otherwise good. I'm in continued existence. I want you to make sure that you are hydrating well so that it helps with that headache. Or if you've got medications that you are able to take, then please make sure that you are taking them and that you are looking after yourself. No one likes having a headache. It's not a good thing to have.
Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I think we might anger the narrator.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just... Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
Special?
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Because I bought the game because it was on my wish list.
If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick she pulled on us. She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
I'll remember it.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
I just put all my points in charisma, though. I didn't bother with the other parts of special. I can understand that. A charisma build is very good in Fallout. It's a lot of fun. Obviously in Fallout New Vegas, because it's pointless in Fallout 3 or 4 or 76. Fallout New Vegas, though. Yeah, go raise your charisma.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
So, should we go down the route of we're definitely not going to talk to her? I think we'll try and not talk to her.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Huh. Nice. No talk, just stab. There we go. Right.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Eyes on the prize, all right? Eyes on the prize.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
I care about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else could he be hiding from us?
I don't think he's seeing this room as it is now. I think he's seeing it as it was, and that's it.
I'm not lying to you. I promise there isn't a mirror. Really. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Oh, is Garlip's the voice of the cheated in this?
So focus up. A lot's riding on this. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs.
Ah, he could be.
The fractured slats
Well, come on
of
in, by the way,
stone
Hobbytown. Hopefully you're doing most excellently this
jammed
evening.
into the wall.
Oh.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Lurkin wants to test a new MTG deck in Arena. What have you been testing? What's the new brew?
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
Not getting out of my own
Her
head.
grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
Oh?
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just
Plant
wants us to
protein.
get close, to let our guard down.
I call it plant protein. I'm guessing it's... You're getting a lot of +1/+1 counters on a lot of plants. A lot of saplings are coming out. You're getting a lot of token generation. And you love this princess. Well, I like her style. She's got a good pose going on at the moment. She's like, woohoo! It's a good pose.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Mono green landfall buffing up the wazoo. Fantastic. I loved having a Celestia enchantments deck in standard for donkeys, like on arena. Then landfall was a long, well, it used to be landfall, but ended up having a lot of advantages from like a Scroot Swarm, and it just ended up having an absolute ton of Scroot Swarm bugs coming in every single turn with Lotus Cobra getting more life. And that was not my Celestia Enchantments deck, that was a landfall deck. Jadzi was the finisher in that deck. Landfall Scroot Swarm buff deck, that was such a fun deck. Because you end up having Lotus Cobras out and it would be like, oh, I'll just play an Evolving Wilds. And that'd be another Scroot Swarm. Oh, and that'd be another mana for the Lotus Cobra. Oh, I attack and sack it. Oh, I get another land on field. That's another mana. And that's another Scroot Swarm. So much fun. And if you end up having enough on there when you were doing that Evolving Wilds trick at the end, you were just getting a ridiculous amount of triggers going off. Chat, I'm tempted to go down to Dice on the weekend. I'm tempted to go and play some board games this weekend. I'm tempted to go and play some Commander. My trash spider Commander deck needs some more fun. Well, as Adrian said, we need to just go and kill. After they nicked Scroot Swarm and Toxrill, I sent DMAC the Nightmare Before Christmas gift of Oogie Boogie swapping. My bugs. I miss that. Like, I miss Landfall being so ridiculously broken on Arena. Good times. But recently, the main one that I've been playing is the Pokemon TCG on mobile recently. That's a lot of fun. I've really liked, like, I haven't played Pokemon TCG in about 20-something years. Like, the last time I played it was when Elekid was first released, and that went straight into my deck. I even ended up having Japanese versions to go into my decks because that was just fun, and also because we mistranslated it. 200 bug tokens. Played. Yeah, the Arena client doesn't like it when lots of things are happening. It just really wants to put a lot of fancy animations, and when it goes, I can't queue up all these fancy animations, it just breaks. I think, what is it, the card limit for display is something like 500, and that's easily gotten to. Oh, what, the skull or the Yoshikage Kira? Because we've got these ones. I think it's something like 500. It's like there's a certain amount of cards it can have on the field before it goes like madness. The whole thing. Oh, thank you, Muchly. Well, we've moved the desk again because this was previously that way, and now it's this way. So now you can see both backdrops behind me. Although I am going to be moving some bits and pieces around. I do also have lights up there, but the battery pack ran out of battery. It's very aesthetic, I think the youth say. I agree, the youths would say that. I think it helps define my hashtag aura. I mean, the youths say aura, but they don't say the hashtag part. I'm merging the two and becoming a monster, slowly but surely.
Yes, I am, chat. I am becoming a monster, aren't I? I can't be stopped.
But yeah. So as Adrian requested, we need to just storm into here and stab the princess up. So that's what we're going to do. Oh. Is that controlled on right stick then? No, that's not controlled on right stick. I wonder how that functions then. Ah, right trigger ends up pulling that up.
Self-voicing enabled. Explore. If I come close to you, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? Self-voicing disabled.
Oh. Youths don't say hashtag. Youths don't say hashtag, do they? Youths don't say hashtag. They don't say the hashtag bit, do they? They don't say hashtag. They don't understand the joys of it. I love how we're following my plan of chaos, no questions. All right, we're getting back to your plan of chaos, no questions. Here we go. Screw it. Slay the princess. Boom.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
Hash brown, I'm old. Meh. Hash browns, all up in this bitch, as they would say.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second.
She stabbed us last time.
But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
Meat. Sandwich. Oh, course of boy. Sorry, I don't know why I went all... Run to, yes it is.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
No, it's yours, mate.
Hers at first, then yours.
Hehe.
How? What did she even hit us with?
First ever run to. This is chapter 2.
You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ah. The arms race. Well, hey, we're getting extra arms.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Who holds the cards now?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight. Good. It's better that way. Without a fight...
Oh, we got 2 extras this time.
And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning. Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our 3rd? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp. That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That's the spirit, stubborn.
That's the fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I've had trips like this before.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron. steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it. If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
So you can't do this, like, look around on controller? Here we go, let's wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. It was never there. Just an illusion. Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Yeah.
Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
Oh great, she's free.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
I mean, we can try flirting with her. Ooh, flop my elbows. What a marvellous phrase, flopping elbows. I mean, we can kill ourselves and that could end up, you know, that could break the cycle. Yeah, we're gonna fight her again. If we're gonna have a stiff upper lip about it, let's go with stiff upper lip defense.
Yes, this is the best idea anyone has ever had.
Yeah, sure, why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things. Pain is good, it's how we stay alive. Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you dodge.
And we fight back.
And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow.
Yes, this is exactly it.
But the dance couldn't last forever. All it takes is a single clumsy moment. She skewers you.
Fantastic.
Gotcha.
And? Does it hurt? No. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a...
Where the hell are you? I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
That's right.
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Aw, thanks.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving, why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little mind hole goes. Shall we?
Mind hole. Let's go into the mind hole.
Come on, show me something new.
Let's try flirting with her.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
What's the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need.
That's all that's got to be done. Let's just, we can get this. Like, this is our last try. We can do it.
Working. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Fantastic. Mutually assured destruction. Oh, it'd be amazing if they had the mice from Babe pop up.
Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Oh, someone's trying to do a Matt Berry style impression.
I'm sure I can think of a better way to die.
They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
That's it. We're gonna end up on top of the print. Oh no! Oh.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been?
All voice work in this is done by 2 people. Fantastic.
How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them.
Oh, criminy. I can snooze that. Bam. I'm not a complete monster like the princess.
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Cheers, mate.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
Ah, yes, I've heard that Nicole, part of the clock tower, she ended up doing the. They ended up doing the voices of the princess. So I was like, an American princess. Now we've got a killer. Can't have an American princess. Ugh. Makes me think of the early 2000s teen movies. Or the idea of super sweet 16s.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that if we get chopped into pieces, we can still come back. I like that about myself as well.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Nice.
Are you ready for what comes next?
How are you talking? You don't have lips. Oh God, no.
Holy shit. She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes, behold the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
You're very resilient, persistent, resilient. Voice of the Smithman is my fave. He is enjoying a lot of time. He just wants to end up banging, you know, Swordsbird.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. All right, what just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too. There we go.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet, through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes you as you approach. As her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, and neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her place. We'll approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Well, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Well, scientists have ended up recently discovering about the fact that there is actually a third state after death. So you've got living, dead, and then there's a third state now that's apparently been discovered. Just wait until they discover the fourth state. That's when we're going to end up getting into that one. It's going to be great.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me in here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Well, yeah, but it does matter where one thing begins and another ends. Otherwise, then you have to go like, okay, so when did this thing start? Well, okay, well, the atoms that made up this thing ended up traveling through various different parts of the universe until they got together and gathered into what made you you. So, in reality, if we wanted to go back to the start, we'd have to go back to the start of the Big Bang. So, And that is happening at every single point in time, you know? Because every single atom is constantly celebrating the birth of the Big Bang, because every single atom would have been created at different points in time and would have ended up traveling at different points and different speeds and in different directions. And so everything ended up having its own creation date, but also the same creation date, just observed at different points throughout all of time. Which is fun, isn't it? Anyways, I think we should destroy it.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
But if you're infinite, then that means that you already know if you exist or you don't exist at the end of it.
Everything, until we meet again.
How many pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unholy.
Lady, just give us a straight answer, please. Exactly. Well, wait.
If you need time.
All right, let's go then.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the razor full to her.
On
There we
a
go.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Or R1.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. I'm gonna go walk in the opposite direction now.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
Cool, mate.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Oh, turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for
When
them.
I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
Well, it's obvious we're being forced to go to the cabin.
You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
There we go. GG's, gang. GG's.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. And why's your tricks?
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Exactly.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead. What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
This game is a lot of fun. I'm going to have to get this and play. I would recommend it. Slay the Princess. It was cheap on Steam recently, and it's just had a pretty major update as well, actually. On October 24th. So that's Dave Meltzer's birthday and mine. Yeah, it is excellent. I'm really enjoying myself on this. You can also support the developers as well with an additional supporters pack. I like it when they end up doing that. But yeah, I would recommend picking this up because it's quite a unique game. Oh. So only 46.1 of players have got the Water and Steel achievement, and bring the Razor full to only 44.3. So wow, I actually got two fairly obscure achievements, unless those are new achievements. They could be. You have that. Excellent. Wonderful. I don't know how much this is going for at the moment. This is going for $14.99. Ah, they're obscure. Oh, so that's pretty cool that I got them on my first playthrough. Hey! Well, let's be a dickhead and stay in the woods forever.
Oh, that's clever. A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. All right, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever.
Perfect.
Congratulations. You continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting fuzzy. What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore. Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There is a distant rumbling, sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It's useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No. You cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And I think I will be leaving it there for the time being. I will leave it with that music, actually, because that's quite calm and soothing, and I think that will be a nice way to end it, with nice, calm, soothing music. So, for those of you who weren't at the start, the reason why the stream started a little bit late was because I ended up having to pick up another extension cord so that it could reach where my desk is now. During that time, I was able to end up picking up a Dead Man's Finger mini tin, and I did plug that on the way back. So that's why the start of the start of the stream was a bit of a mess. But either way, I just want to say a massive thank you to Adrian's Revenge. Mostly Adrian, actually no, fully Adrian's Revenge. Let's all give a little round of applause to Adrian's Revenge this evening for a wonderful raid after a Silent Hill 2 stream, and giving a wonderful gift sub to Heimdall, who will enjoy posting sausages in people's streams. What a marvellous time it is to be alive, isn't it? So, what's next? What's coming up next? Well, the Forgotten Round for the Wheel of Struggle is coming up, and I will be doing that. I'll probably be doing Peggle Nights, because I missed out on playing Peggle Nights. I'm going to enjoy playing Peggle Nights. I think that would be good. I think a lot of people will enjoy that. As well as that, I'll be getting back into the editing suite to go into full Goblin mode and edit another episode of Low Res and get that finished. I also need to end up putting out the details for the Christmas special that will be hopefully taping at the end of this month, and it will be an absolute mess. It'll be glorious. I've got the dates that it can be, so I just need to end up putting it all together.
Just got to put it all together, haven't I? That's all I've got to do. Just put it all together.
So, I've been Mr. Matt Internet. You've been an absolutely tremendous audience, and I just want to say you're all fantastic. Hobby Tan, Adrian's Revenge, Decky F, Heimdall, Garlips wherever he is, somewhere off in the universe. I've got to drop in on one of his streams again soon. But, if you're watching on the catch-up, if you're watching on the VOD, thank you so much. If you're watching on... Oh, and Dr. Socks as well. And where's Doodles again? Doodles is unfortunately not very well at the moment. Let's do a Doodles update.
Doodle update!
So, Doodles, unfortunately, is not very well again. So, he's taking a little bit of a bit of time off just to recover. Oh, there he is! Look, you summoned him, Dr. Socks. And yes, poor Doodles. You're in the background, sorry. Yeah, sorry, people were asking how you were feeling and how you were doing. They were asking where your Doodles is? That sounds incredibly personal. But they were asking where you are. But yeah, you've not been overly well recently, so we're all hoping that you will be feeling better soon. Do get better soon, Doodles. It sucks to be unwell, but it does finish eventually. Full of the flu, COVID, just about over it now. Make sure that you are having plenty of your vitamins and your minerals and all the things that will end up hopefully helping you get back to full strength. Back on tomorrow as normal. Beautiful. We'll be all crossing our fingers that you will be back on. Welcome on in, Dylan the Great. We're just literally wrapping it up. We were having peaceful, relaxing music. We're just wrapping it up. But it's wonderful to see you, Dylan the Great. Hopefully you're doing most excellently. Hopefully you're doing
great.
I want to say hi and good night. Fantastic. Wonderful. Keeping dosed up. That's wonderful. I am going to be making sure I get all my bits and pieces to relax and chill out after the stream. And just tickle the eye hole. Tickle the eye hole. Tickle the eye hole. Anyways, I'm going to stop mucking around and I will be saying goodnight to you all. So until next time, I've been Mr. Matt Internet. You've been an absolutely fantastic audience, and I think you're all great. If I could date you all, I would. I mean, it wouldn't be like the date last Tuesday, where it didn't go well. Anyways, thank you all so much. Have a great evening, and I'll speak to you again at some point in the very near future. Bye for now.